Hey there, it's Keith. I just want to follow up the previous video. Was covering two different studies that came out. One was a Barna Research study, one was a Pew Research report. And the Barna study had something in it that I didn't get a chance to comment on, and I wanted to take a moment to do that. At the beginning of that Barna report, which was about people he called de-churched people, at the beginning of the report, he says that the numbers show this alarming trend that the church in America doesn't have the relevance that it used to have, that it doesn't have an impact. It's not making an impact on the culture or on the society around it. People no longer look to the church as a place of any real authority, or they don't look to the church for guidance when it comes to things like ethics or how to live their life, etc., things like that. And I agree. I think that's true. I think where Barna and I disagree is why that's true. I would argue, as I do in my book, that the reason why the church in America has ceased to become a positive influence on the culture is that it's too much like the culture. And so, as I say in the book, you can't convert a culture if that culture has already converted you. And the church in America, unfortunately, is more American than Christian. And so it doesn't look any different, really. It doesn't stand out. As I also talk about in the book, there's this phenomenon in the church, this flat Bible theology, this way of looking at the scriptures as one flat, single document, rather than looking to Jesus as our guideline. Here's an example. Many Christians in America are flat Bible Christians, and the proof of that is that when they're asked, for a Christian, what is the ethical yardstick? What is the ethical guideline? Or roadmap for Christians? Most of them will say the Ten Commandments. And what they don't say is the Sermon on the Mount. Because see, for Christians it should be, we're following Christ, and therefore we would follow the Sermon on the Mount. And so I think if the church in America wants to have an impact on the culture again, first of all, we have to be different. We can't make a difference until we're different. We have to stand out from the culture. And so we ourselves must first begin to put the teachings of Jesus into practice. We ourselves, as followers of Jesus, must make the Sermon on the Mount and the teachings of Jesus our personal yardstick and guideline. Because we can't ask anyone else to do it if we're not going to do it ourselves, right? And so once we then are following Jesus in our actual life, then we can encourage others around us to do the same, to love our enemies and bless those who curse us and do good to those who hate us, and be people who are ambassadors of the kingdom, and be people who have the ministry of reconciliation, and be those who forgive quickly, and be those who care for those who aren't like us, and show compassion and love to people who don't think like us or act like us or believe like us. Once we do that, then we can start having an impact on the culture. But until we do that, we never will. And so, anyway, I just wanted to make sure I make a point of that and talk about that. About this is how, if you want to make America great again, the church has to get back to Jesus. And we have to start following Jesus and ourselves, and we have to start pointing people to Jesus and the teachings of Jesus as this is how to live our life. This is how to make an impact and a change on the culture that's different from the culture. And until we're different, we'll never make a difference. Anyway, I hope that helps. If you have any thoughts on that, please share them in the comments below. And again, go to my blog, keithgiles.com, for information about the book tour that's coming up. I'll be coming to, hopefully, a city near you very soon. And if I'm not, then maybe we can talk about finding a way for me to come to your city and what that would take. So I'm very open and flexible, and the bar is a lot lower than you might think. So if you're even halfway interested, shoot me an email or leave a comment. Let me know. We'll see what can happen. All right. God bless. Hope you have a great day. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.